we step into the next level. Timeless game every day of the week. Could tell you how to level up your spirit and be success driven and mind strong. Get your finances right, get your grind on. You know there's power in the story. Tune in, this the valor of the true man. Success blueprint. Success blueprint.
Awesome. Welcome back to the Success of Blueprints. So this episode, Candace and I, the spouses of the financial enabler, Jaime, and the man of valor, Mike Whitaker, get to take over this podcast and get to ask the questions this time. So swapping roles. So first question, Jaime, and Mike, when the business is growing fast and pressure is high, what do you need most from us as your wives and as your COOs?
Food. The
Easy.
thing I need the most, food.
Easy.
I
I
just
was thinking the
keep
exact
me
same.
fed.
Feed me. Like, what else?
Keep me fed.
Feed me.
If you keep me fed. No,
What about what's
real
di-
real
what
talk,
about-
real talk.
Yeah, but what about what's different? What do you need from as a wife versus as the COO?
So
Yeah.
I would say, like, I think food is just funny because it's actually like one of the most important things. But I think when you ground me, like, you know, like you said in the previous episode, when I'm like just focusing coaching, and I look at you and you're like, you kind of give me this like, be kind to them, and I'm just like, right. Like the two things that you do best is that you ground me, and much like Mike has less, I feel that like Mike kind of says that less emotional range. You guys are way more stoic than Candace and I are. Like, I am not stoic. You're stoic. So you give me a lot of that. When I'm like in my head, I'm freaking out. You're just like,
What's the big deal?
I'm like, what's the big deal? Yeah. You guys, you give me a lot of that. So I would say, and I think that it applies both ways, because we haven't had major relationship problems because we came with our baggage and we're ready to deal with it. But you give me the capability to love. You show me how to be more kind and loving, but your even keelness in problems is way better than me. I can problem solve anything, but you're more even keel. Like, I'm riding this storm like, this is crazy. And you're just like, what are you freaking out of?
Batten down the hatches.
Yes, exactly.
Meanwhile, she's Jesus asleep in the middle of the boat.
Yeah.
Sleeping good.
And I'm just like,
my REM.
and I'm like, this is so bad. We're going to figure it out. Exactly.
I would say food is definitely a thing, right? And for me, and I don't know that I know that I need this now that I'm thinking about it more than ever, is saying, yeah, that was good. Or, man, I can tell you're tired, but you got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep crushing it. You know, stuff like that. I don't know I needed that. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it either way it goes. But how it only feels good to hear it from you.
It's interesting because when I do give you words of affirmation, it's just because I'm not the stoic one, Jaime. Me and you are the same. You on one side trying to get the sale, I'm trying to get the other one, you know, whatever. He sleep too with Tawnya. They just chilling, you know, like, work out, it'll be good. But it's interesting because when I do give you words of affirmation, it seems like unnecessary. But based on what you just said, like, not unnecessary, because you're so even keel. It just seems like it goes in and you're like, yep, and then it goes out because you're so confident, you know. So I wouldn't have never guessed that about you all these years together.
Yeah, it only matters that I hear it from you. I'm not going to be super emotional tied to it, because if I don't get it, I don't get it. But that's the stuff. In those busy moments, I'm like, shoot. When internal, I'm like, crap, this is a lot. Okay, here we go. I'm hungry. Man, okay, what's all that for? She said I did a good job. Cool. All right. I mean, she said I did a good job and melt.
Yeah.
And then, and probably what I do need at the end of the day is a head rub.
Yeah, you like that.
That's probably my favorite thing. It's like the most relaxing time for me. And I don't just want it from anybody. Only her. Right? Only her. So that's probably what I need. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a really good question. I like that.
Me too.
Good question. Strong opener.
Yeah, it is. So I have a question. A lot of times we have blind spots, right? And that's the beautiful thing about being married. The person you're married to will be like, hey, blind spot, right? What is a leadership blind spot you know you have today And how can I, for you, babe, and how can Tawnya, for you, Jaime, protect that? Protect the business from, like, without undermining you. You see what I'm saying? Because we know everything about you, but the business doesn't. So what's a blind spot that you know you have that requires protection by us?
Empathy.
But we already talked about that last
Yeah,
episode.
but that's the biggest blind spot I have that people know because I say it, right? That I
Yeah,
struggle. But they don't know, they don't feel it, right?
very
So for
true.
me, because I work at it and I'm like, "Ah," and it's so draining. If you want to see me drain, make me be empathetic, right? So I'm done afterwards. You know what I mean?
You're really good at it, though.
I-
You're really good at empathizing.
and I don't like it. I've only, but it's almost not genuine because I don't like it.
Why
Does that
don't you
make sense?
like it?
Because it's not who I am. Like, bro, get over yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Figure
what are
it
you
out.
talking about? It hurts. What are you talking about? It sucks. What are you talking about? You ain't got no money. A lot of people don't have no money. Like, let's make it. Like, who cares? That's me, right? And that's my thought process. So it's draining to me. And that's the blind spot, right? I know that's my weakness. That's the thing I struggle with the most. So that's probably where I need the most protection, where I know that you're good at, you know what I mean, and can cover that space. Even though I'm not looking for you to take it over for me, by no
Right.
means. I have to grow there, but it is the place where I struggle the most. And I can see, like, if I'm like Jaime in that space, I'm like Jaime, where I'm like, this is gonna bite me in the butt someday, right? Like if I don't get it and I feel it and I can see it, and I'm like, I don't want to be to the next levels in business and in life. And I'm like, if I'd have just had a little more empathy right there, I would have
Yeah.
saved, wouldn't have lost a person or whatever, hurt somebody's feelings, led somebody the wrong astray. That is probably my weakest area. That if I don't have it, I need you to have it. You know what I mean? In that space, cover me like, hey, he don't mean it that way, right? And it comes off harsh. However, he don't mean it right. And I don't mean to be harsh. I'm just straight up
You're
straw.
direct.
Yeah,
You're just direct.
I was
And
about to say straight up and raw at the same time. That's where straw came from, right? I'm just straw, straight, no chaser. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. So that's what I
what
would say.
about you, Jaime?
I would say it's very similar in it, but I would say that how I would, and I've asked Tony this, is that you guys deal with some people for us
Mm.
because you guys bring a level of compassion and care that Mike and I generally struggle with.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, we don't want people to mommy daddy us in business, but they need mommy daddying, right? And so therefore, I think it's almost like, and I don't think it's ever actually happened, and not, and maybe it's because I haven't asked. It's like the moment that you guys will step in and be like, "Don't worry, I got this person." I feel that would be huge because we cannot deal with that. Like we are. I feel that we're still so weak in that business side, and I always think of like a How to Win Friends and Influence People with Charles when he talks about Charles Schwab being super compassionate and
Yes.
asking all the kind questions to drive. I was like, what? No, go do that. Like that right there is so difficult.
Yeah.
Requires like every ounce of energy and emotion that I have to do that.
Yeah. Especially when we see our mentors in the same space that we are, right?
Yeah.
Like think about Raja, for example. That joker is like, what are you talking about? What are we doing? Do what I said and kick rocks, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so we with our mentors is the same space. So I'm like, but then you see their wives are just such a blessing to people. And so,
Yeah.
all of the things. And it's like, golly, I don't want that to be a downfall for me that could be definitely covered by y'all. Right. Which is super cool. So that's what I would say. I like it.
That
Yeah.
I would say that would be it.
That's really good.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess the title of this episode is going to be really like, success principles and how we can be like, I don't know,
Yeah.
strong duos in business. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you guys can hear little Cash freaking out over here. Come here, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's another
Come on.
dog in the office and now she's freaking out.
She's freaking out.
Yeah,
She needs protection, huh? You
Yeah.
shaking? Don't shake. You right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sweet girl.
next, let's see. What is a decision that you guys, Mike and Jaime, that you've made in the business that either Candace or I challenged you on, But now looking back, were we right? Were you right? Or did we both learn something?
Challenging.
Yeah. All of them. Just kidding. All right. That's all I'll say. The first thing that came to mind is the decision to even to start this, right? Like you'll hear her say it all the time. She's like, "Heck no! What are you
I was like,
doing? Don't do that. Like no." So that, and I think if you'd have called her 2 years ago, she'd have been like, "I'm right,"
I was right.
right? And if you catch her now, she's like, "Okay."
Completely wrong.
Another space is investing in things to help our business grow that didn't work, that we hope would work, right? But didn't. And in our transparency, especially after our last class, we just weren't coachable. But we would have saved ourselves a whole lot of heartache by just reaching up and saying,
Yes.
"Hey, here's what I'm thinking." Right. And we got the answer that we needed so we could move forward. One, saved us time. Two, saved us money. Right. And then, because it makes me think biblically, we're not designed to learn from experience.
No.
We're
Yeah.
designed to learn by faith. And faith
Mhm.
comes when I go and reach up to the Father, to the people that's been there already who have the wisdom. And I didn't use the wisdom around me. And I just made a decision, right? That bit me in the butt. That she's like, I don't know if you should be doing that. How much is it? Or why are we doing that? Like, no. And I'm like, no, it should work. Like, whatever. And obviously she was right, right? Because first off, I did it in a vacuum, right? Normally don't do. And I just like, no, this is good. It's only this much. It's not a lot of money, whatever. And just go do it and come back. And he's like, yeah, you should have never done that. I'm like,
Yeah.
she was right. Right. But spaces like that. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and I think that some of those, because we've been through some of those things together in money, and it's like, and it's interesting because we're not supposed to learn from experience. I agree, and I wonder it's why do we need the experience, and why do we need to go through it because we are not choosing it, right? And I think it's the crazy thing is that we only go through it because we know they would say don't do it.
Mm,
Yeah. So it's a pride thing. I want to
I
It
was
is
push.
a
just going
pride.
to say that.
Yeah. We know they're gonna say don't do it, right?
Yeah.
And then that causes the problem. And yeah, I would say that's one thing. And Tanya's for us was also the getting started. And it's really funny thing because Tanya was like she was flipping trailers with her ex and like double wides, and I'm like, this is not flipping double wides, but it's okay. It's okay. But I think she was not right about that one. And something that she was right. Oh man, there's so much, but I think it's often how do I treat people and how I treat people and calling the people that is helping me more. She'll be like, "Did you ask him?" I was like, "No, I'll ask him." And then when I ask, I get my answer. That's something that you're often right with. You know, it's good.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that you guys discovered when we learn by experience, because the world will tell us experience is the best teacher, but God tells us otherwise. And the reason why the world says it is because it's arrogance, it's pride. Oh, I don't need anybody to figure it out. I can figure it out on my own, And anytime we do that, it's always pride.
Yeah,
And an opportunity on the other side, an opportunity for us to learn humility, because there's no way you can make it to the top without humility. I was reading 3 Feet from Gold, and throughout the whole book, every person Greg talks to, they lead the conversation with, "How may I serve you?" You
Mm.
can't make it
mm,
to the top of the success and the goals and dreams that the four of us have without humility. So yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
good.
we have to seek it for sure.
Seek it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What else you got?
Okay. What else we got? Let's say, I don't know how applicable this one is, but let's ask if you had to step away from the company for 90 days, what systems, leaders, or habits would determine whether our business succeeds or struggles?
That's a good question.
In this season, it would fail epically
Yeah.
Elaborate.
because I think that not enough people in our business understand the system outside of us. So unless Candace is running it and not me, then it would fail, right? If both of us had to step away, I think it would fail. I think it would die almost instantly, right? Unless it was me gone for 90 days, us gone for 90 days, and y'all are still around, then they would know to reach to you guys and vice versa.
Yeah,
But if we both had to step away, I don't think it would
for
work.
sure.
It's just me, and I just don't think we have enough leaders yet. We have not developed enough leaders yet to be able to run it. And part of that is what I guess what I'm learning right now is how to develop more people to be independent, to do the things, to step up, to show all of the stuff. I remember when I first, got me and you were in the same organization finally, right? When Trey moved up, came, and I'm like, bro, how am I going to get any information? I get it all from, you know what I mean? Like, how do well, I don't know everybody. Like, I'm sure we're going to figure this thing out. So, yeah, I think that would happen until a leader arose and stepped up and tried to do it. I don't know if anybody would be willing to do it and could do it right now. So that's my opinion for us. I think we're getting there. We got a couple people that's coming, but 90 days is
Yeah.
a long time,
90 days is a long time.
And
It
that brings the question is that how do we ask those people is that if we weren't here, what would you do?
Mm,
Do you quit? Does your thing fall apart? You keep going? And that's the challenge. I think is a really good challenge of how, it's just the age-old management question, right? Like, do you have the right systems, whether they've hired whatever process to fully replace the organization
yeah.
in a moment that somebody is not around or available. Yeah, really good
And the
question.
system's there. I think the system's there for
The
sure.
system is definitely there. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
just until we get those leaders in place,
Yes.
absolutely.
and
Yes.
that's really where we have that freedom, security, and peace if there was a 90-day emergency or
Yeah,
step
yeah,
away.
Yeah. And I think because we're all saying the same thing, I think this is a good reflection of how as leaders, and I'll speak for myself, as a leader, I have to empower the upcoming leaders more. I have to challenge them more. Because sometimes I feel like we were saying earlier, I cover Mike with the empathy. Sometimes I tell them, I'm like, y'all my baby chicks, just get under the wing, or like we're ducks, like get in line.
Mm,
And I think that's important for maybe like certain moments, but I am realizing that I can't be a mama hen. I need to be a mama eagle. I'm kicking you out the nest. And while you try to
yeah,
flail, flap, and you think you're not going to fly, I'll swoop in. But I have to keep doing that until you learn how to fly. And it's interesting.
yeah,
I was like, man, the leader I was in the military was so different from the leader I am in business. Only because I thought it had to be different. But what made me so successful in the military will make me even more successful here. So, yeah,
yeah. I
for
cash.
love that
sure.
you
And I think it's that like in the military is easy because we can expect independence because the
Yeah.
reality is that the ship rarely sinks in the military. It doesn't sink. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
I love the reference for mama hen to mama eagle, right? Even though when eagles and chickens are both born, they look the
They
same.
look the same.
It's a really good point. Man, that's
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, it's really good reference.
really great.
Yes. They're both cute, but one can fly long distance, right? um, okay, I have a question. What is one thing you've accomplished in business that people celebrate publicly and no one sees the sacrifices behind that success?
Right.
Something you've achieved.
Marriage,
Fact.
right?
Big fact.
Literally, I mean, it's work that most people don't want to put in, right? And I use this reference often. Two becoming one is difficult.
Mm,
Two pieces and then when you realize you're a whole piece, take a whole piece of gold, two whole pieces of gold, in order for them to merge, what has to take place? Heat, like fire. Then you just don't put them together and they become this beautiful thing, but it has to be molded and shaped and beat and cooled down and then scrubbed and brushed and all of the things in order to be shaped into the thing that you're wanting to become. And for us, right, we're not there yet. By no means, you're always becoming. But that right there, I think people, oh man, you guys got a beautiful marriage and great. I'm like, yes, we do, but it took work.
A lot.
Times where, good Lord, this sucks, right? Like, why are we doing this to each other, right? What is this? All of the things that we think the negatives, obviously, at least in my mind, I won't speak for Candace. The goods far outweigh the bad,
Oh,
Yeah.
for
right?
sure.
yeah,
Far outweigh. Like, there's no comparison there. However, making the choice to forgive, making the choice to move forward, making the choice to say I love you even in spite of, right? And understanding that what we do, where we are, is not where we're going to end up.
Mm.
Yes.
Right, just we're in this space don't mean we're gonna stay here. Like you said, if we painted that vision together, Tanya, that you talked about for a relationship, it'll get you through the hard times. It'll get you through the times that don't make sense. So I think that right there is probably the first thing that comes to mind. And to me, it relates to our businesses too, because it shows that even if something's hard, you can stick to it and get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. A vision about where you're headed, as long as you have, and you keep that, and you're like, man, we painted this picture of us being this, and it's hard right now. However, we're going to stick to it and know that we can make it through, and will accomplish those things. And for us, because we have such big dreams, right? We have this, but such big vision. How can we expect it to not be hard?
Yeah.
Right? How can you want something so beautiful and not work for it? You know what I mean? Like that's that space. So that's what I would say is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, I love the question because it's like the hidden costs to anything.
Yeah.
On the outside, they see, like the fruit, but they don't see what it took to get it. And, they may want it too, but it's like there's so much that goes into it. Like, are you willing to do the same things? And do you have that vision? Like, it's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was Darius Daniels, I'd title this, you get the fruit, but you never saw the root.
Never saw it.
Ooh, that's so good.
That's a good one.
I
Man,
remember that.
Darius should
Jaime.
do that one.
Yeah.
Hey, Darius,
Mhm.
are you listening to this?
Yeah. Maybe we'll have him on one day on the podcast.
Man,
That would be awesome.
that'd be awesome.
But you can't have him without Shamika, so you got to bring me a
Is that his
T-Dog back.
wife?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
She's wonderful too.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's married. They're together.
Yeah.
What
Love
about
it.
you, Jaime?
I think for me would be the fact that people think that I'm giving it everything, like, or that I am giving it everything now, and that I'm very coachable, and it's only because I know for a fact I didn't give it my everything in the military. Looking back on it, I've actually written apology messages to my friends. I was like, I totally half-assed special operations. Like I was good at it, but I half-assed it. Like I can see now like what it takes to be like incredible at it, and I had it all to do it, but I never did it. And then therefore the coachability, I was never willing to do absolutely everything. But now it's just like I don't have a choice. So I have my pain associated to the moment that I didn't do it and the things that it cost me for not doing it. But here is that, and the only other thing would be our success in our relationship. Like people see us and they're like, "Oh, you guys have been together for 4 years," and it's like it's so great. And I was like, "Yeah, but like I've ruined these other things. Not only I didn't ruin them, I've been through the hardship of these other ones, right? Like I came into this one and then like I make it quote unquote look easy, but it's only because we've been through all that. So I
Yes.
think outside that it looks like that. Outside it's like, oh, he's giving it all, like all the time. And I was like, yeah, but and I would ask anybody, it's like, can you actually remember when you didn't give it 100%? And most people cannot, like most people are probably saying right now. I was like, well, if it's right now, you're not there yet. You still
Yeah.
haven't been through the pain. I'm not giving it 100% yet. And the regret that comes with it, which
Yeah.
again, we learned through experience because we're not accepting the message from God, right? We're literally trying to get our experience and figuring out on our own.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, what you guys are talking about. Mike and I was saying, like, when people are on stage and they're so, like, everybody's like, woo, you hit the goal. Like, you're the MVP. You're the best. My God, you're overnight success. But to somebody that really knows, I may not know what Benet and Sarita paid. I may not know the cost, but every tear that drops tells a story. Every tear that, the speechlessness. It's not because they're being dramatic. They really don't know what to say because there were so many times that the sacrifice felt like it was going to take them out. So many times they didn't think they were going to make it. And it's almost like disrespect for somebody to be like, overnight success. No, you don't know what it cost me. And if you, it's actually a compliment, but it's low key disrespect because success costs us stuff. And we always tell everybody else that, we partner with that you have to pay that cost up front. And people are
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. Just like marriage, anything. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm willing to pay. But when they see the bill, they're like, wait,
Yeah.
now you take credit cards, And they're like, yeah, but
When my checking,
you
my
don't have
savings
enough.
set up.
And
Right.
a good
Do you
example of
take
that,
kids?
yeah,
Yeah.
a good example of that, and I was looking for the example. It's like you can tell like when an athlete wins a championship, even Tom Brady when he won the last one, he's like, you don't know what it took. But then when you watch the NBA players win the Olympics, they're like, yeah, yeah,
Lightweight.
we knew we're better than y'all. Like
Yeah.
it's no surprise we're gonna win, but it's very different. They won, but they know that the amount of effort was not the same
Yes.
anywhere else. Like an NBA championship means way more than the Olympic USA team. It's like
Absolutely.
we're
Absolutely.
stacked. If we don't win, we're done. Like we need to
Yeah.
win. So
Yeah.
and I feel like people don't realize it. And I was scouring what I was looking in my mind is that you can always tell a champion by how they like when they win, you can tell that they're like, I went through all this. You will never know what I went through.
Listen,
Yeah.
you said that, and I'll just show the team a video of Wemby from the
Last night.
Spurs, right? And he was like, they're like, man, so why all the emotion? He's like, bro, I put in all of this work, and the emotions are a result of I want to win so bad, like my life depends on it. So when I actually accomplish that thing, man, of course there's going to be emotion,
Yeah.
right? I want it so bad, and I think a lot of people don't want it so bad.
No.
Just say it. It's just words. And I was telling Candace the other day, like, I was like, man, it like almost and I'm not a crier. It drives me to tears thinking about how bad I want to win, how bad I want to eat our goals. And we're like, bro, like I gotta do this.
We gotta do it.
Yeah. And the beautiful part, and I'll say this not to toot my own horn, I'm just glad it doesn't halt me. Right.
Yeah.
Some people want to win so bad and it seems so hard and they stops them and keeps them from motion and moving, no action, no activity. And I'm just glad I'm like, nah, it makes me want to get to it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is the cool part. So yeah,
And
it's
the
good.
awesome thing is for everybody watching, it only takes, 3 months or 90 days of going all in to change your life.
Yeah.
Only 90 days. You might be watching this and think, oh, we're crazy and we do this all the time nonstop. Well, we might based on the size of our vision, but you could do it in 3 months, 90 days.
90 days.
Mhm.
90 days. Yeah. And that's really big because we can all achieve whatever we want. And I was thinking of like how the sacrifice that it takes in those 90 days. Like, and I'm sure you guys have been pondering too, is like, what else do I need to do?
Yeah. What
So,
else?
okay,
Literally.
I need to do that. And it's interesting because the things that we are doing are easy now for us. And the thing that we need to do is very difficult for us. And it's like, man, I don't want to do that. But that's what it takes.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Any closing questions? Because this was really cool. You guys can
This
run
was
this
do.
if you want. Go
I
ahead.
have one closing question. So it's obvious, Jaime, Mike, y'all are successful because you have amazing COOs.
Facts.
Fact.
What counsel, I won't say advice because I read that book, counsel would you give to young men who desire to have a COO, right? But they may not have it today because they're single. What encouragement, counsel, advice would you give to them during the wait or while they're building or while they're doing their thing? What advice?
I'll go first with this one. Read a lot more books, like a lot more books. Like be scared that you do not have all the information and never quit feeling that. Like literally live the rest of your life terrified that you don't have enough information. And then I guarantee you'll find it. And again, this includes the Bible and everything else. And somebody said this today, which I think was the most insightful thing I've ever read. Somebody's ever said. Raja said it. You read things to find the answers that the Spirit is telling you.
Yes.
It's like it's already there. You're just trying to confirm it. But if you live your life terrified that you do not have all the information, you will continue to seek it. And I always tell people, start with audiobooks or whatever, and then start. And all of a sudden, you learn how to speed read, and now you're just crazy because you want to consume more. But it's only consuming more because you're like, well, if I don't have all this, I'm going to mess up my whole ass life. I need to make sure that I don't. So that would be the best thing, because then you're going to be such, I always see ourselves as a product. You're going to be such a highly marketable product that when that golden woman comes in and knocks on your door or like appears in your path, she's going to say like, that's it. I got your side, because that CEO needs to be in tandem, in like side by side with the man. It cannot be, it's not a subordinate. Subordinate and submissive is very different. A spouse is never a subordinate to the husband, to the man.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm glad I found that word quickly. It's not subordinate. And oftentimes men treat their women as if there was a subordinate, and it cannot be like that. I would say that's one of my tips.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. And the other ones to go different from him, right? To give you another piece to build on that is have other men in your life, right? It's required. You need somebody up that you're looking to, and you need guys with you that you are accountable to, and you need to be bringing somebody along with you. When you have that, it'll allow you to see your blind spots, and not just men that you're cool with, guys that's gonna elevate you and pull you up and put you in spaces, because you don't know, especially for the man that's ahead, you don't know who he knows that he can introduce you to that she might fill that role. Right? You just don't have a clue, and you don't know what's going to take place. You don't know of your friends, right? If you guys are not headed in the same direction, they're not friends. Like, you need guys that are accountable to you, that you're accountable to, that can walk into your life and say, "Hey, man, that was wrong that you just said that," and not doing it in front of other people, right? But being able to pull you aside to do that. And you need somebody that you're always showing where you came from and helping them get to the level that you are and beyond. So that's what I would tell you until you have that CEO, and even when you have her, you need other men in your life more than you know, right? Like more than you know, just because it's powerful. So
For
yeah,
sure.
that would be my short answer.
And to what Mike said, mine applies the same way. You need these things to find them, and you will need them to keep them.
Yes.
Because if not, like, I'll like, if you are not worth keeping, a woman will leave you. Now, I think that this can go to a whole different conversation, and this applies. A man will leave you. If you're not worth keeping, every relationship is worth fighting for, but people leave emotionally, people leave physically, it can be all that. So we got to be constantly striving to keep what you have achieved, and because, it's really crucial, right? And then we can pay the broken dishes with our children leaving us, which God knows, I just thought of that as like, that's crazy. The wife stays, but the children leave them. Woo, man, scary.
Scary.
Better sow good seeds.
All
right,
jingle. Let's go. That was fire. All right, this was so good. That really fired me up, guys. So with that, like and subscribe, stick around.
Ladies, the same applies for you. Read the books, mentorship, and pulling somebody up. It's not just them, it's both, right? So it's been amazing. Thanks for having T-Dog and I. Maybe we'll come back, maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. But guess what? Like, subscribe to the Success Blueprint, and we see you next time.
Let's go.